Hello, viewers. This is Cynthia Michael with from Screen Review, being my 706 podcast. This is my 706 podcast. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And also, if you're under 18, this audio podcast pertains to adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording pertains to adult language. If you're under 18, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch this podcast recording if you're over 18. Now, anyway, with this everything out of the way, let's get into the topic of the latest Karate Kid movie. I gotta say, sweet Jesus, this movie, like I gotta say, this movie could have been better thought out. So basically, like I said, this movie has some good evidence to it. Like well, they has some good evidence to it, but but it gets outweighed out of the bad element. So basically, it this has it has it was trying to do two plots, but it was trying to do two plots at the same time that yeah, matched together. But it seems like one part was just a side plot, but to give us a side plot before we really get into the main part of the movie and whatnot. So basically, the whole if you guys haven't really watched the movie yet, so basically I don't want. So basically, his spoiler: the whole protagonist, maybe girlfriend, bought a boxing plot that was like a side plot for this movie. Didn't really mesh together well. Like it just felt like a side plot to to kind of build up towards the main part of the movie instead of being instead of being a major part of a big part of the major plot of this movie, but it's kind of like a side plot to me. Also, I wish like they did a kind of a job to explaining how Han Mr. Miyagi and basically but and how he knows about Daniel and whatnot. But at the same time, I was hoping for some follow up from the last season of Cobra Kai, when remember how Daniel was trying to figure out more about Mr. Miyagi's past in the final season of Cobra Kai. I felt like the movie should have explored that angle, and Han could have gave him some more, gave Daniel some more information about Miss Miyagi's past and whatnot to tell Daniel to gave Daniel some more information about Mr. Miyagi's past and whatnot. So basically, and also we didn't really get any detailed information about how Trey, who was played by J.D. Smith's character. We didn't really get any. There was no mention of him or his mom. What what type of relationship does we don't know the relationship of Han and Trey's relationship ever since that Karate Kid, ever since that first remake of the Karate Kid movie. We don't know how the relationship is now. So basically, there was no indication of that in this movie. So basically, etc. etc. So basically, we didn't. So basically, we don't know what what is Han and Trey's relationship now in the current day and whatnot. And also, the fight scenes were okay. So basically, besides that and everything else, the fight scenes was okay. I felt they were trying to do they were trying to do two different plots for the movie, but trying to mix them together, but it didn't come together well. I felt like they could have used this opportunity to to help could have used Hong to give give Daniel some more information about Miyagi's life, life before him and whatnot, etc., etc. And basically, this movie could have been like I thought this movie could have been better. Like could have been solid. But I will give it credit to trying something new. Like they were trying to do the basic Karate Kid formula, but at the same time they were trying to do something new. I get the people behind that credit to trying to mix up the Karate Kid formula a bit, but at the same time it didn't really came together very well. So anyway, this movie could have been a solid movie, but at the same time, it is what it is. It's just a cash grab. This movie is just a cash grab, a cash grab to the franchise. So anyway, I know you guys. I'm not gonna. I know what you guys are going to say about this movie, but movie, etc., etc. So basically, wait. So basically, but I'm going to say anyway. What do you guys think about this movie? To me, it was just a cash grab. So some moments needed to be slowed down. Some like there some character some of the character like we could have had some characters needed some more screen time. We needed some more details about what happened between Han's Karate Kid movie, about about his relationship with Trey. Where's Trey? How's Trey doing? Etc. Etc. Get that more details. They could have used Han. They could have used Han to give Daniel some more information about Mr. Miyagi's life and whatnot before Daniel met Mr. Miyagi. Like just in the final season of Cobra Kai. Daniel was trying to was looking for information about mm, was looking to more detailed information about Mr. Miyagi's his life before he met him and whatnot, etc. etc. But this movie is just a cash grab. This is just a cash grab, a cash grab movie, just to make a quick buck for the franchise. So anyway, that's all I got to say. Starting that's all I got to say. And that's all I got to say about this. Signing off from Scooby Views. One.